Hi, my name is Sarah. I am a 200-hour certified yoga teacher with Yoga Alliance, and I'm the owner of the instructional CopyCat yoga mat. I am in my second trimester in the final week, and today I'm going to be taking you through some yoga poses for prenatal yoga. So go ahead and join me on your mat. Grab a pillow. It doesn't need to be a yoga pillow. It can just be a pillow from your couch or your bed. It doesn't really matter. And then you're going to take that pillow and place it underneath your bottom to elevate the hips so that you can sit with a nice tall spine. So you just want to sit on the edge of your pillow. And then you can sit any way that feels good in your body. You can be cross-legged. You can open up your legs if that feels better to you. You can sit with butterfly feet, any way that feels good in your body, that you can sit with a nice tall spine that allows that energy to flow freely up and down your energetic spine. And then just settle into your body using your breath, taking your focus to your inhales and your exhales. And then gently bring your hands to touch in front of your heart center. Close down your eyes. And if you'd like to make an intention for your practice, please do so now. Place your hands onto your heart center, placing that intention deep inside your heart, allowing it to manifest and grow with each inhale. And then gently take your hands onto your thighs, gently resting them. It might feel good to draw your hands towards your body. That helps your shoulders open up a little bit more. Nice deep inhale, long complete exhale. Then you're going to take your right hand and drop your fingertips down towards the earth. And then take your left hand and place your fingertips up towards the sky. And then gently put a little bit of pressure onto your right wrist. Just taking the time to warm up our wrists. We do a lot of wrists in yoga, and our wrists can be a little bit more sore when we're pregnant. They're also holding a little bit more weight, or at least I know I am. Breathing deeply. And then go ahead and switch. So this time you're going to take the right fingertips, point them up towards the sky. Take the left fingertips down and then gently place the right hand over the left hand, putting a little bit of pressure onto your wrist. Breathing deep and just stretching a little bit less than usual because your body has a lot of relaxin being pregnant, so you can overstretch. So just going not quite to your edge. And then go ahead and release, and then just shake out the hands, releasing any stuck energy. And then take a moment to place your hands onto your lap, draw the corners above your mouth with a little bit of a smile, always practicing yoga joyfully. Then we're going to continue by warming up the neck, so just some gentle neck rolls, pausing in any areas that feel tight, so just go ahead and drop the chin down, and then allowing gentle little circles. And pause and come in the opposite direction. And then pause, take the palms to touch once more. This time we're going to create some healing energy by rubbing our hands back and forth. We all have energy within us, and we all have the power to heal. This time we're going to send some healing love and energy to your baby. So go ahead, rub those hands back and forth, and then pull them apart about an inch. You'll feel some heat that you've created, some energy. Place the palms back to touch, rub them back and forth once more. And this time you're going to place your hands onto your baby, just sending them some love, having some appreciation that they're in there. You've made it to your second trimester. Allow your shoulders to drop down with each exhale. And then go ahead and release your hands onto your legs. We're going to come to butterfly. So go ahead and take the soles of the feet to touch. You can decide if you want to come off of your cushion or if it feels good to you to stay elevated onto your pillow. Then you're going to hold onto your ankles. You're just going to gently tip from side to side, just rocking. Nice, gentle rocking motion. Hopefully this feels good to baby as well. Maybe envision him or her being out safe in your arms. Maybe you can see yourself rocking them back and forth. And then go ahead and come to stillness. And we're going to make some gentle circles. You can continue to hold your ankles, or you can come up to your shins, whatever feels good in your body. Really using your intuition more than ever. Your body's constantly changing, so you're going to be your best judge of what feels good in your body in this moment. And pause and come in the opposite direction. Very good, and pausing. And then we're going to open up our legs to a wide leg straddle. And then flex the feet so the toes are pointed up to the sky. Placing your hands anywhere that feels good to you. For me, it feels good on my thighs. And you're just going to continue with those big circles with the torso, just warming up the body. And pause, come in the opposite direction. It's really nice to have our legs nice and wide to make room for our bellies. You might find that in your downward facing dog, you need to bring your legs a lot further apart. So again, using that intuition, finding that space that feels good in your body. Good job. And go ahead and pause. Then you're going to gently place your hands behind your thighs and bring your knees back together. And coming to a seat. And then making your way onto your hands and knees. So any way that feels good to you. So coming onto your hands and knees, you want to spread your fingers really nice and wide apart. And then you want your knees about hip distance apart. So you make fists with your wrists and place them between your knees. But like I said before, it might feel good to take your knees a little bit further than you usually do. As our wrists begin to get a little bit more tight, you might want to place your hands a little bit further in front of your shoulders as well. That might give you some relief in your wrists. And then from here, you're just going to sway the hips from side to side. Maybe you sway your head in the opposite direction. Just kind of wagging at your tail. Or maybe it feels good to bring your head in the same direction as your hips, creating this little C shape. And then pause, coming into stillness. We're going to do our cow and cat, which is so good when you're pregnant. So inhale, lift the head, lift the tailbone, drop the belly. Remember to not stretch to your full capacity here. And then exhale and round to your cat, tucking the head, the tailbone. Inhale, come back to your cow. Opening up through the chest. Exhale through your cat, rounding, tucking. Inhale and open. And exhale and round. Inhale, open. And then just pausing here for a moment. You're going to come into gate pose. So you're going to start with your right leg. You're going to straighten your right leg and take it out to the side. And then from here, you're going to come to your cow and cat, but in gate pose. So inhale, lift the tailbone, lift the head. Exhale, round and tuck to your cat. Inhale, return back to your cow. Exhale to your cat. Inhale back to a neutral spine. And then from here, you're just going to shift the hips back and forth. Exhaling the hips back. Inhaling the hips forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. And then exhale back to neutral. And step in with the right foot. Bringing the knee back underneath you. Then we're going to come to gate pose on the left side. So go ahead and step out with the left leg, straightening that leg. And then you're just going to come into your cow and cat in gate pose. So inhale to your cow. Exhale to your cat. Inhale to your cow. And exhale to your cat. Inhale, come back to neutral. Then we're just going to rock the hips back and forth, inhaling the hips forward, exhaling the hips back. Just moving with your breath. Gently rocking that baby. And then coming back to neutral. Stepping in with that left knee, placing it underneath you to support yourself. And again, just wiggling out those hips from side to side. And we're going to find our way into puppy pose. So you're going to leave your hips right where they are. So your hips are stacked over your knees. And you're just going to extend your hands forward. Maybe the head comes down onto the mat. Just deep breaths here. It can also feel good to tuck your toes underneath you here. And then inhale and return the hands back under you. Lifting yourself back up. Wagging out your tail once more. This time we're going to come to downward facing dog. So taking the feet a little bit wider apart than usual. Then you're going to push the hips up towards the sky. And then go ahead and just pedal out your feet. Just bending one knee and then the opposite knee. Remember, at any time, if your body needs rest, you can come and take rest in child's pose or whatever pose feels good in your body.
You're going to drop the knees back down, taking them extra wide for a wide knee child's pose. It might feel good to bring the toes to touch. Sit the hips back and then inhale the hands forward. Inhale, return back to your hands and knees. We're going to find our way into a squat. So tucking the toes underneath you, taking the feet nice and wide, walking the hands back towards the feet. And then coming to your squat, it might feel good to you to turn sideways on your mat to make more room for your heels to come further apart. So the heels are pointed in and the toes are pointed out. And then here you can even use your pillow to make the ground a little bit closer to you, just as long as it feels stable. And then you're just going to gently rock from side to side here. Just a little bit of movement in our squat. And then if it feels good to come to stillness, go ahead and come to stillness. Might feel good to take the elbows on the inside of the legs and then place the hands to touch at the heart center. This helps open up the knees. Staying with your breath. And then place your hands onto the earth or the pillow, whatever feels good, as long as the pillow feels stable. Then you're going to begin to lift your hips up to the sky. And you're going to take your toes to point in and the heels to point out. And then gently release the head, coming into this wide leg forward fold. Maybe leaving a soft bend in your knees. And then take your hands to your hips and slowly begin to roll up one vertebra at a time as you inhale. And then heel toe your feet closer to each other. I like to leave my feet nice and wide apart. I feel like this leaves a little bit more room for baby. And then you're gonna come to a really wide legged chair pose. So traditionally the feet are touching in chair pose. When you're pregnant, I like to have my feet nice and wide apart. And then you're gonna sit back into your chair pose. So you can place your hands onto your hips and feel your hips going back. There shouldn't be a lot of pressure in your toes. You should be able to lift up your toes. That's how you know that you have the weight in your heels. Good job. So you can leave your hands onto your hips. You can bring them onto your belly and just gently say hello to baby. Or you can bring your hands to your heart with your palms touching in front of your heart center, whatever feels good to you. You can also extend your arms out in front of you if you want to make this a little bit more challenging. Breathing deep here. Sinking a little bit lower into your chair. And then here, maybe little tiny pulses. Just activating those large muscles in your legs and your glutes. Again, you can always take rest when you need to. And then place your hands back on your belly. Say hello to baby. And then gently inhale and stand on up. And then leaving your hands on your belly, take your feet a little bit wider apart. So the toes are pointed out, the heels are pointed in. You're just going to slightly bend down and just allow your body to rock from side to side, just allowing the hips to sway, this gentle movement. So maybe supporting your belly here, supporting your baby. So just a little slow dance with baby. Maybe bringing that smile back to your face. See how this changes the movement for you. And then coming back to stillness, taking the feet a little bit wider apart once more. We're going to come into goddess pose. So exhale and sink down into your goddess pose. Again, you should be able to pull the toes up so the weight is into your heels. Make sure you feel stable and balanced here. If you feel a little wobbly, you can go ahead and skip this. But it is important to continue with our squats, staying nice and strong. You can inhale, take those arms out to the side for your goddess pose. Again, you decide how low you want to take this, what feels good in your body. Breathing deep here. And again, allowing that body to sway from side to side, finding that movement. Allowing baby to rock and move with you. And then come back to stillness. Inhale, reach up. Take the palms to touch and exhale them down to your heart center. We're going to come to triangle pose. So you're going to take the right toes and point them out towards the back of your mat. And then pivot your left toes so that they're parallel with the edge of your mat. And then inhale, take your arms out to the side. And exhale, coming into your triangle pose. You want to take your hand and place it anywhere but your knee. So maybe not going as far down as you usually would. Just nice, gentle stretch here, taking the gaze where it feels good on your neck. You can look down, you can look to the side, or you can look up. So we like to place the hand above or below the knee because you just don't want to put pressure on your knee joint, especially because the joints are a little bit loose right now being pregnant. You're going to inhale and turn this into a reverse triangle. So taking the top hand up to the sky, drawing the back hand down your thigh. Maybe peeking the gaze up if that feels comfortable to you. And then exhale back to your triangle pose. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, triangle. And then inhale back to center. Placing your hands onto your hips, pivoting the feet, setting up for triangle on the opposite side. So the left foot's going to point out towards the top of your mat. Your back foot is going to be parallel with the edge of your mat. And take a deep inhale, take your arms out to the side. And then with your exhale, begin to tip your body to the side, taking your left hand onto your left leg where it feels good to you. Inhale that right arm up to the sky. Breathing deep here. And don't be surprised if this pose feels different from side to side. The body is not symmetrical. And then when you're ready, taking this to reverse triangle. Inhale,
Reach the left hand up towards the sky, right arm goes down, the back thigh. Exhale back to your triangle pose. Inhale to reverse the triangle. Exhale back to triangle. And inhale, come back to neutral. Place your hands onto your hips, pivoting the feet, then heel toeing the feet closer together. And we're going to come to a little bit of balance with tree pose. So go ahead and root down into your right foot. Really imagine roots growing deep into the earth. And you might want to come to a wall because balance can be a little bit more challenging as we progress in our pregnancy. But it's really important to still work on our balance so that we don't fall down. So you're going to root down into your right foot, having no judgment with what your tree looks like today. And then pick up that left foot, and you can even just take the heel to the ankle, leaving the toes onto the earth for support. If this feels like enough balance for you, go ahead and stay here. Or if you'd like, you can inhale and take that foot up onto your calf. Again, same thing, you just don't want to place your foot onto your knee. So you can bring it above your knee, just not, you can bring it above your knee, just not onto your knee. So my balance is being affected a little bit, but that's okay. This is why we're doing this, to work on it. It's a yoga practice, not a yoga perfected. Taking the hands wherever it feels good in your body. Maybe taking time to visualize what type of tree you are. Feeling grounded and rooted. This time there's a lot of change in our lives. It can feel unsettling. So really taking time to focus on those exhales and feel grounded. When you're ready, slowly come out of your tree pose. Nice and calm, moving slow. And then maybe just shift those hips from side to side. Feel the difference from one side to the other. Might even feel good to pick up the feet and march in place. And then when you're ready, ground down into the left side, imagining those roots growing deep into the earth and all around you. And then take the right foot. Maybe you just take the heel to the ankle. Maybe that feels good. You leave the toes on the earth for stability. Or maybe it feels good to inhale and place the sole of the right foot onto the left calf. Or you can bring it above your knee, whatever feels good to you. You might feel that one side feels different from the other. Again, maybe you place your hands onto baby here, allowing baby to make you feel grounded and calm. Maybe it feels better to take your foot down onto your calf, listening to your body's needs from side to side. Remembering that your needs are your baby's needs. The better care you take of yourself, the better care you're taking of baby. Feeling deeply grounded into Mother Earth. Taking deep breaths here. And then when you're ready, gently coming up out of the pose, returning back to the earth. Maybe you sway those hips from side to side. Maybe you march it out. Good job with those balancing poses. We're going to make our way into Pigeon Pose. So go ahead and come onto your hands and knees, and we're going to come into Downward Facing Dog once more. Have your
pillow handy. And again, if this doesn't feel good on your body, know that you can skip it. Depends how your belly's feeling. So you're going to come onto your hands and knees. You're going to have your pillow close to you and place it close to your right hip. And then you're going to push back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, take the right leg up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, you're going to draw the right knee towards your right wrist. And then the left heel towards your left hip bone. Begin to walk your back foot back behind you. I need to adjust a little bit to make sure you're on your mat. And then peek back at your toes, if you can, however way you can look back, and make sure your toes are going straight back, that your ankle's not off to the side. Your toes are going straight back. Then if your hips are high and they're not touching the earth, which mine are not, you can take your pillow and you can place it underneath your hips. So excuse me, Coco, can I borrow this? I know you just got comfy. Sweets. And place it underneath your hip, however it feels good to you. And then take a nice deep inhale and open up through the chest. And then exhale, if it feels comfortable in your body, go ahead and walk your hands down onto your mat, seeing where it feels good to you. You might need to stay here so that you have room for your belly, but maybe you can come onto your forearms. Just make sure you're not squishing baby here. And you can relax. It might feel good to take your hands up towards your head, and you can place your thumbs between your eyes to help support your head. Placing your thumbs between your eyes can also help ignite your intuition. Just breathing into your hip here. And when you're ready, place your hands onto the earth if they're onto your head. And then slowly walk your hands back underneath you. You're going to tuck your back toes underneath. And you can slowly push yourself back to downward facing dog or your hands and knees, whatever feels best in your body. Maybe pedaling out the feet here. And then move your pillow over to the left side. You might want to come down onto your hands and knees and gently move your pillow over to the left. And then come back to your hands and knees. Push back to your downward facing dog. Inhale that left leg up. And then exhale, bring the left knee towards the left wrist, the right heel towards the right hip bone, and then slide that back foot behind you. Again, checking in with those toes and making sure your ankle has nice, healthy alignment. And then taking your pillow and placing it underneath your left hip if there's a big gap. Take a deep inhale, open up through the chest. If it feels good to you, gently walk your hands forward, maybe coming onto the elbows. Maybe baby and belly say, no, that doesn't feel good. Remember to listen to your body and your baby. Maybe you take your elbows onto the earth, placing those thumbs between your third eye. Breathing deeply into your hip. Having gratitude for your growing baby, that you've made it this far, and that you're on this journey together. Breathing into your hip. Taking your focus to your exhales that help to ground the mind and body. They help to slow down the heart rate. So if you're feeling any anxiety about all the changes in your life, focus on those exhales. And then place the hands back onto the earth. Slowly begin to lift the chest back up. Tuck those back toes underneath you. And then push back to downward facing dog or to all fours, whatever feels best in your body. Just gently pedaling out the feet here. And make your way onto your hands and knees. Taking the pillow to the right side of your mat. You're going to make your way onto your left side for Savasana. We're taking Savasana on our sides because at this point in your pregnancy, it might feel uncomfortable to lay on your back because of the vein that runs down your back. You just don't want to put too much pressure on it. So go ahead and come onto your side. You can use your arms as a pillow or your hands. So bending the elbows, placing the hands as pillows. And then you can also take your pillow and use it for your head, or you can use your pillow between your knees. Ideally, it's nice to have a pillow between your knees and your feet, but we're not going to be here for that long. So just go ahead and make yourself comfortable. Again, see what feels best. If a pillow under your head feels best, or your knees, or maybe you have multiple pillows. Just setting yourself up to feel comfortable and relaxed. It might even feel good to put your top hand on your belly, on your baby. Just coming into stillness. Learning to still the body so you can still the thoughts in your mind. Releasing any worries and fears that you may have. Releasing those to-do lists and just being in the present moment. Just appreciating where you and baby are today. We can tend to want to get ahead of ourselves. Can't wait to meet our little babies, and we want to press fast forward. But see if you can just enjoy exactly where you're at right now. Focusing on the positive parts of being pregnant and just enjoying it. Enjoying those sweet movements from your baby, feeling them move inside of you. And then bring your attention back to your inhales. The inhales do the opposite of the exhales. They awaken the mind and body. And bring some gentle movement back into your fingers and into your toes. Maybe open up the jaw, move the jaw from side to side. And place the top hand onto the earth And slowly begin to push your body up into a comfortable seat. And then bring your hands to touch, bringing them in front of your third eye. May your practice bring clarity to your thoughts, palms to your lips, compassion to your speech, palms to your chest, and love in your hearts. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today, and congratulations on your second trimester.